All right, welcome back, Pokemon GO players, to another episode of the Purified Podcast. Today is March 9th, 2025. And I'm joined for Chris.
It's a me, Chris. How are you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you been, brother?
I've been fantastic this week. Outside of work.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of obvious when it comes down to things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been great in Pokemon Go. Loving everything that we got going on. Very excited to talk about it.
Yeah, no, same here. Sorry, I got like 300 things doing right now, and we're podcasting because we gotta do this right. But yeah, things that we are here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else, and Chris is dancing because he loves them too much. Also, this episode of the Purified Podcast is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here in the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by our community. You can join our community of supporters and patrons as little as $1 a month. We offer a range of support tiers and various benefits. All patrons will gain access to our Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. I was going to say that you're going to say something, but you kind of took...
I was like, maybe.
Check us out at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, of course, for anything related to the network. All right, well, I got a 2K egg hatching. Do you think it's a shiny Charcadet or not?
Not Charcadet. I think it's going to be a shiny Bonsley.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll make those things right now. It was just a Smallville.
Close. Yeah, close.
Close? What do you mean close? You and your hatch Shundo over there, it's like...
Oh my gosh. You remember.
How can I forget? I've hatched so many more eggs than you, and you get the Shundo before I do.
I was so surprised.
Not fair. I hate this game. I'm gonna quit now. If I quit everything.
Oh my gosh.
Saving
a lot of money.
Right. Well, that's true, actually. Because of what we are actually about to talk about today, I'm pretty sure that I would have saved tons of money at this point if I was creating Pokemon Go. Oh, man, that's hilarious. But yeah, we're just enjoying our time here, keeping it real. And I got a lot of things going on. Actually, I was not expecting to have as much news as we did today, but then of course, Niantic is just like, yeah, here you go, start planning for everything. I'm like, God dang it. I just finished Go Tour, and now we're moving into the season of GOFest, but now of course they release everything for that. I'm like, come on, it's like, I got
Give
no money.
me 5 minutes.
5? Give me like, a month at least to recover. But yeah. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. We're pretty sure we'll share the news in just a moment here. I just want to know what Chris is, head going through with this last event, because we had a few things going on after Go Tour ended. The new season started, so that's pretty nice. Might End Mastery is here with Kutfu as the Pokemon that you're going to be adventuring with for the next few months. Same time, of course. We had what was the name of the event? I completely forgot. Actually,
for the not the season, for the event.
Yeah, it's Powerful Potentials actually. Yeah, it ends in 22 hours, so no more hatching spree in just a few moments. But with that being said, Chris, how's your week been? What you got? Shinies, Hundos, PvP months, even though you don't PvP anymore, I gotta take that job out of,
I did a tiny bit of GBL. Jersey. But it was all right. I mean, a lot of people are pretty predictable when you're in the lower ranks, but the higher ones, man, it's so crazy.
Now you're like rank 3 or 4 or something.
I'm not high at all right now. But it's been pretty good. I gotta figure out. Oh yeah, I think it started right here. It was pretty lackluster for a lot of it. Like right after the podcast, I got a shiny Weedle.
It's Carbohat Caterpie's nemesis, you know.
Oh yeah. Because I think I got these after the podcast. But if I didn't, I apologize. I got a shiny Swirlix, which is a first for me.
Ooh,
Got a shiny Pidgey,
PG.
and then I only got one shiny Fuecoco during the community day.
I'm sorry. What?
I was so tired. Man. I turned on the lure that's at my stop
I
that's
was about to
close to
say,
my house.
yeah.
I put on a Palkia,
Okay.
the spatial rend,
Uh-huh.
and then I let the Go Plus go ham as I took a nap.
You took a 3-hour nap or something? What the hell was that nap for?
Dude, I got out of work at like 1.
Yeah, I got up for work at 2. I still got shinies.
It might have been later actually. I don't know.
Okay.
But I was so tired. I did not want to go out. And today I cleared some space and almost immediately Go Plus to level 1 shiny male Nidoran.
Oh, goodness.
Which I'll take. But something cool that I caught this week is an authentic Sinistea. As one of the quest ones. And now that I look at it, which I noticed this with my buddy earlier, I was like, "You're telling me I need 400 candy to evolve this thing? Are you kidding me?" I'm like, why would you even want the authentic?
You got it.
Oh, I was so mad. And last night I was pretty excited for the first time in a while from a spawn.
Mm-hmm.
There was a wild unknown J.
Ooh.
Down the street. Yeah, I didn't even see it on the nearby. We just happened to be walking. I'm like, what is that? And I click on it. I'm like, what? What are you doing here?
Do you know if that was something that you were missing out of the unknown decks?
Not new. I did have one already, and it was from Johto.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Go toward Johto.
Yeah. I forgot that
I kind of thought so. But I looked through, and I think we've had a chance to get them all, but I believe I could be wrong. Okay, it could just be that they've been in stock, like gyms.
Well, but, I mean, all unknowns are released, but yes. Some of them have been in events that we can't make it to because they're safari zones most of the time.
That's true. So, the one I probably need the most that people probably have, maybe not, is Unknown X. I know for sure. But the other ones I think we might get eventually from events.
I think I have one. Let me check, actually.
All my X's.
Let's see. I don't have a shiny one. That much I know.
No. I barely shiny hunt the unknowns anyways.
Yeah, and I really don't keep that many anyways. I don't have like a living dex of the unknowns if that's what you're looking for.
No. Well...
I mean, maybe one of each, but still, it's like even then I don't keep that many. Like,
I do think it's nice to hold on to one of each, but that is.
I have not seen Z. I have seen X.
From what I can tell, I assume if they're like darkened in your Pokédex, that means you've seen them, right?
Well. If it darkened, but if you actually have the image of the unknown, and I'm showing it right now for everybody. I did, Mike.
Oh. So if you can't click on it, then you haven't seen them?
If you have not caught one, you don't have one. But if you have seen it, I mean, it's like basically everything. Like the dex itself is already, especially this new Pokédex here. You can see every single unknown in the pool, but you can't click on them if you haven't caught one. So I haven't caught C, I haven't caught Q, and I haven't caught Z. So C and Z, both of them.
So you have the same 3 missing that I do, but I also have X. So I have the 4 missing.
Yeah, so I mean, with GOFest, KOTOR, and most of the other events, usually those are released in that order. I don't think C has been part of one, if I can remember correctly. I mean, we have Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, which doesn't have a C on it.
No, which one does
and
have Z in it? Do we have a generation or event that would have Z in it?
Sun and Moon. No, because Kalos doesn't have a Z on it. Paldea doesn't have a Z on it. Sorin Shield doesn't have a Z on it. So
my gosh!
So we
AZ, the new generation.
I mean, that could no. I mean, ZA.
Legend ZA.
If they do a collaboration that way, I wouldn't mind when it comes down to it. But I don't think they'll release an unknown that easily. I believe the CA is gonna be the gateway to Unova, or not Unova, but Kalos Go Tour next year.
I can see that.
So I'm sure they'll release something similarly, or whatever the game brings us. Maybe the new Megas, or one of the new Megas, maybe Mewtwo. Or, Zygarde in a way that you can actually love it for. So maybe with Zygarde there, I mean, CA will actually work. But those are the last three that I'm missing. I'm probably going to try to see if I can hunt for them. I don't know if anybody in the community has one of those. Just to finish up that dex and finally finish that hunt for my lifetime.
Just something to not worry about anymore.
Yeah, as for the shinies, let me see, because I know I have a couple of shinies here.
A billion kajillion.
Yeah, so I have, I'm missing a lot of shinies actually, but mostly because a lot of the shinies from the events have been really hard to get.
Yeah, they made you raid them, right?
Yeah, in the last few events hasn't been that bad. But they're mostly spawning out of incense. So you only get like one every minute or something like that when you're in events. And that's, of course, the chance of seeing one, and of course the chance of catching one, or the chance of being shiny. So, and then in the last previous events, we haven't had a lot of wild ones. We have seen some in the wild during the park experience and things like that, but most of them has been a raids exclusive, and that's just a gut feeling that I don't even want to do about. Just because it's so expensive, especially with remotes right now being as expensive as it is. I don't really want to see a shiny. Like, if I see one in a raid after an ultra unlock is done, I'll do that with my free raid pass, and that's not a problem. But if I see people that are like, inviting you to 20,000, I'm like, I can barely even catch 5.
Yeah.
And that's like, what, $10 at best. So, man. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's not a bad hunt, but it's one of those hunts that I really don't care about. I'll get them eventually when it does happen, So, all right. Well, is that everything that you got, or?
I believe that's everything for this week. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my very first Wild Unknown was even before the shiny was released, and that's when Johto was all released in the same time. And that was just a random one we found in Mote.
Yeah, I remember people saying that they spawned almost every night in St. Armand's.
Yeah.
Way out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was just like, really? That often? Why?
I don't know.
And I went out there like multiple nights, and I never got to see the supposed spot that they spawn at all the time.
It wasn't like on the same spot every time, but the area itself was where they were spawning the most. Aside from, there wasn't really any in like city biomes or anything like that. But at the time, we barely even have biomes. So
yes.
So it was like, if it randomly spawns, it's gonna be at the corner of the earth, in the middle of the water or something, So
in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's not bad. But again, my very first unknown, which I have to this day, was a 98 unknown.
That's pretty funny.
And it was an S unknown, now that I think about it. 98.
Super!
15, 14, 15 in the wild, back in 2017. It doesn't even have where I caught it. It just says Florida. Over 1,100 extra large candies for it. So, I mean, I guess I'm catching some. And that's pretty interesting. Why do I have 2S? Oh, that's 2019. That's why. I guess I kept a few for like trade purposes, but I never really trade these days. So,
yeah, I try to hold on to like 2 of them each right now. in case I need to trade them, but nobody's ever asked me for an unknown.
Yeah, I don't think they know at this point. Unknown is just so uncommon these days.
It's unknown.
Even when events happen. But yeah. As for my shinies, I did get a shiny Wynot from the hatch event.
There's the shiny from the egg. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then I got about 14 Fuecocos. No background ones, unfortunately. But we weren't really focusing on the backgrounds or even trying to catch as many backgrounds because one, I was kind of late to the party. I had to work, and so by the time I actually got to hunting grounds, it was like 45 minutes in. So it wasn't too bad. As for anything else that we did, I mean, we started hunting, met up with a friend. We were just going around the college area, and then people are like, oh, there's a Gigantamax here for Charizard. Let's do it. And everybody started convoluting into one place to do the Charizard, Venusaurs, Blastoise, whatever the case may be. We did about 3 or 4 Gigantamax. And that's where it turned, Community Day turned into just Gigantamax hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, I kept seeing them on the map, and then they're like, Fuecoco starts in an hour. I'm like, what?
What? Yeah, so, I mean, again, it's not bad that they have that, that they were part of the weekend. I was trying to do a 5-star array, but for some reason, they kind of like changed the formula again, where instead of getting a lot of 5-star array bosses for the specific task that they gave you for the background Pokemons, they weren't spawning a lot. I barely even saw maybe 2 or 3 5-stars, and I couldn't reach them because everybody was just doing something else. So max battles don't count as them, and megas don't count as them. So
no, so, yeah, megas are 4 stars technically.
Yeah, barely, but yes. But yeah, I mean, at that point, I was a little bit disappointed. I had 3 tasks for win a raid or win 5-star raids for the Fuecocos. Once I finally did it, which unfortunately I had to use a remote pass for it. I had remote passes anyways. Yeah, they weren't any good. I did get a 98 non-shiny Fuecoco with a background, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow I need to do my last raid for the Cub Fu quests and everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, luckily that's a special research, or is it time research? I don't think it's a time research, right?
One of them is timed. I don't remember. I think it's a Cub Fu one.
You already got your Cub Fu though, right?
Yes. Yeah. I already got the Cub Fu.
I
was looking forward to trading it.
And then
I was like, okay, we got 2 of them. I want to get a good IV one. This one's garbage. I got a 10, 11, 11. And I was like, okay, I'm using my lucky trinket. We're going to trade this. Go to trade it. It's a mythical. I'm like, what? Well, how did I not know?
It's still a legendary. But
they still don't let you, though. But it's so weird.
Yeah, so they're categorized
as it was a legendary, but
it is.
I understand why it would be a mythical.
Well, no. So, lore-wise, it's a legendary. For Pokemon GO right now, it's treated as a mythical just because you are only able to get a few for the evolutions, and they don't want people to trade it, put it to home, or anything like that. So that's one thing that they put in the blog post for it. I did not get the $8 ones for the second Cub Fu. I'm trying to, of course, be a little bit conservative with my money these days.
I would love to get the second one, but I don't think I want to buy it right now either.
I'm not unhappy because my first Fuecoco was a 14, 15, 14.
For the Cub Fu?
Yeah, Cub Fu.
Yeah, I can understand not wanting to get a second one if you got those, IB.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
10, 11, 11?
But that's the thing, it's like, well, yeah, true. But that's the thing, it's like, you're so focused on trying to get 2 of them for the evolutions, but then you get a good one, you're like, I just gotta buy the other one, so maybe I can get the Hondo and everything. I was like, that's not gonna happen. Unless you get extremely effing happy.
No.
So I think that overall it's okay that I'm not buying it. It's not that I'm making a statement or anything like that. I'm just like, I really need to save money for the next few weeks.
I do think it's cool that that you get essentially a free Dynamax Legendary, right?
Yeah. I mean, you cannot evolve it yet, but that's because it's probably going to be part of the recruiting events of the season. That's when they'll be like,
Make a big season out of
Kutfu
it,
has
yeah.
been your buddy for your friend for X amount of days, and now it's time to evolve it. Mustard is going to help you do it or something like that, So
love Mustard.
I'm probably just Professor Willow, but even Willow is kind of like MIA these days. So. Anyways, enough about that, because we got news to cover, because it is time for the research topics of the day. Chris, how about that very first piece of news?
Breathe in, breathe out. I know it's not, but I read it as that. Tide shift during the Deep Depth event in Pokemon Go. Deep Depth. Wednesday, March 19th, we got a little bit of time before it starts, at 10 a.m. to Monday, March 24th at 8 p.m. local time is going to be the duration of the event. The event bonuses, big surprise, half egg distance when eggs are placed in incubators during the event. Yeah, it's making a comeback, baby. Right when you thought it was gone. Nah, yeah, they want you to buy them incubators. And there's going to be an increased chance to encounter and hatch shiny Clauncher. So in the wild and from eggs, that's pretty interesting. Unless they're trying to tease us. There's going to be a Pokemon debut. Nickit, the fox Pokemon, and its evolution Thievul will be making their debut. And you can use 50 Nickit candy to evolve Nickit into Thievul. The wild encounters are going to be in the wild, and it does say that we're going to have an increased chance to encounter shiny Clauncher, so that is fabulous with me. Murkrow, Sneasel, Orphish, Clamperl, Purloin, female Frillish, and then of course Clauncher, and if you're lucky you're going to see Nickit. The only Pokemon that cannot be shiny there is Nickit, the new addition to Pokemon Go. The eggs. The following Pokemon will hatch from 7-kilometer eggs. So these are the eggs you get from your gifts, not from the Mateo encounter. And it does clarify again that you will have an increased chance to hatch shiny Clauncher. I don't know how increased. They just like to say it.
Bullshit.
He is not a believer.
Man, Galarian... okay, hold on. Don't you throw that at me when I hatch way more eggs than you, okay?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, just wait. We're both getting the shiny Clauncher from a 7K.
Bullshit.
The Pokemon that are going to be hatching from these said 7-kilometer eggs is Galarian Corsola, Pawniard, Clauncher, and Nickit. All of which I don't necessarily have a problem with. It's just it will be a little bit annoying to hatch 3 Nickits in a row.
Yeah.
if it can't be shiny.
It's like they're putting this Pokemon in such a glorified way that it's like it's a Route 1 Pokemon. Like, who wants a Route 1 Pokemon from a 7Ka? It's not even shiny.
Yeah, I understand throwing in something a little bit more exciting, Charcadet or something, even when it wasn't shiny. That is a fun Pokemon. But yeah, the little Route 1 Fox, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. It's like, it's 7K eggs. The only Pokemon that really matters in this pool right now is the Galarian Corsola.
Galarian Corsola is a big hunt for sure. And
being in a smaller pool,
I do want that shiny Clauncher. It is a cool looking shiny, but I'm not going to go crazy on it.
I was saying, Clauncher has been shiny for a while, hasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it has been shiny. This is not a shiny release. I was thinking about it the other day, honestly. I was like, I wonder if we're ever going to get a chance to get shiny Clauncher. I guess they were reading my mind.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. Because I feel like I've been clicking on them like crazy.
No, I click on every single one. I don't have a shiny one either, so...
Yeah, I keep my eyes peeled. Now's our chance.
Yeah.
There's going to be field research tasks that are event themed, so keep your eyes peeled. I kind of wish they gave us a sneak peek at the field research, but oh well. Maybe it's because they want to be able to change it if they need to. Timed research. I believe this might be the one that. Oh wait, no. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the one I'm talking about. That I mentioned that you got to raid 3 times for. I could be wrong, but the timed research that is going to be out rewards you with 10 Cub Food candy, 1 mysterious component,
right?
Encounters with event-themed Pokemon, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon after completing the timed research, and more. The timed research will expire, so you want to claim everything before Monday, March 24th at 8 p.m. local time, which is the conclusion of that event. It could also be that we just get a different time to research based on each event, and we're just getting 10 Cub Food candy each time we do that.
So the special research that we have right now is the Cub Food special seasonal research.
But the timed research we have is powerful potential timed research. Mine ends in 22 hours 34 minutes. You probably already completed it.
Sure.
But
I did, but
I just have to do 1 raid. So I guess they're just giving us different time to research to give us some Cub Food candy without us having to,
I don't mind that, just because just getting the candies necessary for Cub Food is also, something that we're gonna need eventually. But
yes,
it's regardless,
especially for 2 of them.
I got enough rare candy to really dump on things, but anyways.
That is true. Mm-hmm. There is also going to be paid timed research available. For $2 you can get 2 super incubators, 1 star piece, and encounters with Clauncher and Nickit. I guess if you really need a Nickit, you don't want to go out and get one, there you go. It does seem kind of weird to me. It's not for me, I guess. I don't know.
It's really, really, you're paying for the super incubators at that point.
Yeah, there's worse things you could spend your money on, like Pokeballs, but
or berries.
Or berries, or TMs. But
oh god.
Yeah,
say that.
No judgment.
Say that to a GBL player.
GBL. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get behind that. There's going to be collection challenges. So keep your eyes peeled. Again, complete catch and evolution focused collection challenges to receive XP, Stardust, and encounters with event themed Pokemon. I do like when they reward you that way.
Yeah.
And there will be showcases. Very nice.
That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's not a bad event, but it's kind of like a placeholder for the rest of the week. So it's not, something that we're gonna incredibly hunt for. I think that the 7K egg pool is not bad to be able to get some of the Pokemon there. So especially since it's half distance. Do note that if you actually are checking into community ambassador events, you get a reduction in party play also through that, and it stacks with the event bonuses. So half distance plus whatever the other extra addition to it. So
pretty crazy
during the weekend, because powerful potentials, the event does give you 1/4 hash distance once you finish the time research. So, once you finish the time research, you actually get that extra bonuses to your eggs. Then that's adding on top of a party play check-in with a community ambassador. So I was hatching 2K eggs by 0.04 with a regular incubator. Or 0.4. Yeah, 0.4. Whatever the case may be. So I was literally... I was hatching eggs left and right. I ran through all my regular incubators at that point. But yeah, so make sure that you do that if you're looking into doing a couple more hatches here and there. The time research for this event is, consequential to the next one. So once you actually complete the time research, you do get the extra bonuses of 2 times Stardust. So it's nice to add a little bit of freeway to the event itself. That's what I liked about the last one, that I was able to hash so many eggs so quickly. Now this one will lower you with more Stardust in that reason. So it's really a good way to incentivize finish the time research as soon as possible so you can take advantage of all the bonuses that are coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just leave it at that. But still, an okay, next event. I'm hopefully in the drowsy energy, but hopefully we'll get a shiny Clauncher or a shiny Corsola if when we get to that point.
My roommate was like, "Oh yeah, I just hatched a shiny Galarian Corsola like right after the release of the shiny." And I was like, "You got one for me, right? You got one for me." So he's waiting to get that second one. So I'm kind of laughing at the fact it's in eggs again.
Yeah, it is how it is when it comes down to things. I may actually open a few gifts for 7K eggs before potential power potentials ends. Not just for the bonuses, but for the Charcadet, hopefully.
I can see that. It is a fun shiny.
Yeah.
As minimal as it is a fun shiny.
Yeah. At least, Yeah, I agree. Anyways. All right, I'm going to skip over this one for a moment just because it is something that we'll cover regardless. But I want to talk about the big news. The big news. Big news. Yeah. Valiant trainers are cordially invited to the partake in grand global reveals this summer at GOFest 2025. We got GOFest news already. It's been a week since Go Tour ended.
We want your money.
Basically. Oh my god. Okay, well, GOFest is here, or at least will be here very soon. 3 months from now? We'll be playing in New Jersey, or at least I'll be playing in New Jersey. I don't know what your plans are, Chris.
I'll see.
Yeah, but so Volcanion makes its inaugural appearance in Pokemon GO. Volcanion is actually a really, really cool Pokemon. I really like its typing.
Super cool typing.
Yeah. Fire, water definitely is something you'll never, technically I'd say never, but will probably eventually happen at some point in the near future. For the first time, you'll be able to encounter the elusive steam Pokemon, Volcanion. Ticket holders, trainers will be able to complete exclusive special research to learn more about the steam Pokemon and have an important to encounter. Is it a massive research? I can't say until we get more information anyways. Ticket holders will only encounter Volcanion once, no matter how many Pokemon GOFest special research stories they acquire and complete. So, if you go to the in-person event or play global, you only get one encounter. It says that basically you'll just get candy for the next one. That's basically the same thing for any mythical Pokemon at that point, Volcanion is considered a mythical. That much I know.
Yes. Yeah, so, that one I can definitely agree on.
Yeah. Venture into the enchanting realm of Pokemon GO and unveil fresh revelations. So it says here, end quote, the most momentous Pokemon GO spectacular of the year returns. Replete, I don't even know how to say that word, with myriads and fresh revelations. Experience 3 splendid in-person gatherings throughout the season, and therefore unite with millions of trainers across the globe in the worldwide feats.
Are they trying to talk like N? What?
I don't know, and besides, N is not even Generation 5. Actually, it is Generation 5, not 6. Anyways. Chris, don't look at me like that. I'm done. You're thinking of something.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, N is Generation 5, by the way, guys. Don't roast me in the comments if you guys want to. Anyways, so real life locations, we do have the Osaka, Japan. So that's like the most recurring one for GOFest, starting from May 29 all the way to June 1st. I wish too. Tickets are already sold out for the early bird, so definitely something that a lot of people will not be able to play. Then we have New Jersey or Jersey City, and that's actually something that we can go. So that's great. I already have my tickets for it. Greetings for the Garden State. It says shall grace the delight of the domain of Liberty State Park in New Jersey. It also says, actually, that you'll be able to play throughout New York City. So they're kind of like expanding the geofence. We'll have the park experience in New Jersey, but if let's say you go to New York, you'll be able to actually play in the New York City and still get
You can play in New York, too?
Yeah. I mean, New York is only like 10, 15 minutes away by train, so or 20 minutes, one of the two. Regardless, but yeah, it's gonna be cool. I kind of took a train to New Jersey after GOFest last year, and it doesn't take too long to get there, anyways. So, and then June 13 to 15, which is actually my birthday, Art of War, because you're gonna go to Paris. So, no, I will not be going to Paris, but it is another GOFest experience. And the key art on each one of them is pretty cool. The one in Japan has Halucha in it, so I'm guessing Halucha is going to be a shiny release at that point.
Halucha's in all three, buddy.
Oh, then never mind then.
Which does actually make it more believable. It could be a shiny release.
True.
If it's in all three.
It looks like Carbon is going to be the one for Japan, and then we have, I guess, Skidoo, but Skidoo's kind of already shiny. I don't know why does it feel like Golett is, but it's already been shiny.
It's just rare.
Yeah.
Skidoo is rare.
And then, well, I mean, Skidoo is technically going to be finally global release into the world, since it's mostly been in Safari zones.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for Bombardier, funny enough, just because I feel like I can't rate it enough.
Yeah, it looks like also Grievon is going to be in the Paris, France GOFest, so that's pretty cool. The little puppy, ghost puppy.
Yeah. I would love to go there to hunt Sandile.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we do have the global event happening on June 28 through June 29. And it looks like Frigibass is going to be the feature shiny release. But of course, that is the pseudo-legendary Pokemon that usually gets released in GOFest.
Oh my gosh.
At this point, I believe we have, including this one, except for Drippy. Yeah, Drippy will be the final one then. Why are they skipping so much Galar?
They hate Gen 8. They're trying to make it look like it never happened.
Yeah. Also, you are able to buy GOFest global tickets now if you want to participate in the event. I think it's like 113 days to be able to acquire it. If you purchase it by April 15 and play between April 8 to April 15, you'll get a time research that works you with an encounter with Skidoo. So,
and tell them to buy it from the web store.
Please. You'll receive an extra 3 premium battle passes, 5 rare candies, and 5 max revives. Really? Niantic?
Yeah. Inventory.
Why? Why throwing? Oh my goodness.
It's good. It's good for rating, you know. If they don't have a billion.
Okay, whatever. Let's go coming on it. Yeah, so it does tell you the same thing to buy the tickets to get encounters with Skidoo. It could be shiny. It also says early access to Crown, Shield, and Crown Sword forms and in-person events for both Zacian and Samacenta.
So maybe they don't hate Gen 8?
Maybe they don't. I'm more interested to see if this form changes does give them adventure effects.
Ooh. At least I'm curious if it gives them different move sets at all.
I'm sure they will.
It should give different typing, right?
Yeah.
So
now this shirt, it's looking fire.
Oh.
So yeah. So
that's a fun one.
That is definitely a shirt that I want to get. I think
it doesn't beat the Gen 3 one with Primal Groudon and Kyogre.
Okay, I want to say they're in about the same level though. Okay, yeah, Mr. Gen 3 in lower.
I'm a Gen 3 nut, man. This one is a good shirt, though. I do like this.
So yeah, it will be some merchandise to be able to buy throughout the GOFest experience, both in person. Of course, quantities are limited. It says here that there is a lapel pin, which will be exclusive to New Jersey and Paris, but not available in Osaka. I kind of want that pin, actually. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's that one that literally has the same sign on it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
I honestly, I think that these shirts are actually pretty cool, so I'll take them. I'm a fan of Sword and Shield and the
it was the game that got me back into Pokemon Go. Back into Pokemon main series after Pokemon Go started.
Yeah, there's also going to be a chance to buy some exclusive Backpacks.
The Gengar one is a banger.
Yeah, I don't know about them, but
I want to know how much it is.
I want to know too. But same thing that will be available in both University and Paris, but not in Osaka. I guess Japan really has some rulings about selling merchandise.
Exclusive for Jersey City and Paris.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a ticket to the in-person for a chance to buy it. That's interesting.
I'm not surprised. All right. Well, there is also some information about ticket pricing. 3,100 yen for the in-person Osaka GOFest, which they're basically already sold out. Like, you can actually go right now and it's basically sold out. New Jersey, actually, if we go to the events tab for New Jersey, let us see. Oh yeah, New Jersey sold out too.
For that early bird?
Yeah, early bird. So luckily, I mean, I got my dates on that, so that's pretty cool. However, there is something to note. When you buy the tickets for the in-person GoFest, at least in New Jersey, there is an extra citywide experience on Thursday.
I saw you freaking out about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's an extra $20+. It's not when it comes down to it, that means that I have to actually get an extra day gameplay in, which means more rating,
extra workout, yeah,
more rating, more catching, more hunting, and definitely an extra day of playing in the game, which is not bad because I usually get there like super early, anyways. But I kind of like get there a day earlier than that, so I'm gonna be there on Wednesday. And then I'll be playing the entire weekend after that. Oh my god. So that's pretty cool. Then, of course, Paris will also be, I believe, that's euros, 22 euros. I mean, I really don't know the currency type in there. 13, 14, and 15.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's pretty nice. They do say about the extra add-ons, which will give you, of course, the egg hatching, the raid lovers, citywide experience. So it is $20 for that and all those things. And then choose your adventure order. So yeah, you'll be able to experience both morning experience or morning park experience, and then citywide gameplay for the rest of the day and things like that. So it's not bad. It's in like the beginning of summer. It's not horrible when it comes down to it. Hopefully, it's not going to be extremely hot like we had last year. But I'm excited still. It's a pretty good event. I already have almost everything planned at this point. It's just a matter of getting a few money here and there, and of course, working probably overtime at this point. So, man, I'm still recovering from Go Tour, so it hasn't been that easy to get things done. But anyways, are you excited? Are you gonna try to plan to go? I know you got a few things in life right now, but
Yeah. I think I should be able to plan it out and go. I just gotta look at it this next month, but I think I'll be able to. I don't think New Jersey is as expensive of a place to get in and out of as some other places. But then again, I don't know how many direct flights there are too, but.
Yeah, you might want to try to see if you can look at them a little bit early if you can.
Yes.
I know that at least you'll have the chance to buy the in-person GoFest experience somewhere closer to the event day, so they'll announce those days anyways. But yeah, that's GoFest. Very exciting information, right?
Yeah, I'm glad they gave it to us early, but it was kind of funny, like how it kind of felt out of nowhere.
I mean, everything that they're announcing this year has been a little bit early, so I'm kind of wondering if they are really planning for some kind of collaboration with CA, because we have GoFest in June, and then Globals is, Pokemon Experience Globals, or Global Championships are in August. That's another trip that I don't even think if I'm going to be able to make at this point because it's so expensive now. Oh, man. I was hoping to get it, but I was like, 2 trips is enough for the year, and I feel like I just gotta save more money for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's okay to pick and choose the event, especially if they're going to do a global version.
But it's always so much fun to go to any of these events.
I know.
But that's the thing. It's like, I also really want to go to a World's Championship just to feel the experience of the main series games or anything like that. But I don't think I can justify doing 3 trips in a year unless I have another job at the lineup at this point. Or if I can pay everything off. Can I buy the lottery?
Every ticket.
Every ticket. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Go ahead and talk about the Mega Ray Day.
Yeah, this is one that some people might be excited for.
I'm not.
I don't know how. Yeah, I think we're too, especially you. But there's going to be Mega Absol Raid Day. Is he ready for it? Absolutely. Sunday, March 23rd from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Okay. It's fine. But
didn't we have an Absol Raid Day earlier? Or did we?
I don't know.
Was it just released at some point?
I really don't remember because it's never been a tough one to beat. So I think you can duo it. You might be able to solo it. As fun as that is. But I will say the only thing that's interesting about it that I'm seeing right now is starting with the event and continuing afterwards, Absol will be able to learn the charge attack Brutal Swing. Okay, it's cool, but it's not like, I don't know, maybe it does make it better. Event bonuses. Remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 from Saturday, March 22nd at 5 p.m. to Sunday, March 23rd at 8 p.m. PDT. You don't have to use them on Absol, but just keep that in mind if there's anything you want to remote raid and you have $1 bajillion. Receive up to 5 additional free raid passes from spinning gym photo disc for a total of 6, and an increased chance of encountering shiny Absol from mega raids. So if you're still hunting that shiny, now's a good time to grab it, honestly. The event ticket for $5, you can get a ticket that grants you the following bonuses: 8 additional raid passes for a total of 14 for the day. When you spin the gym photo discs, an increased chance to get rare candy extra large from raid battles. It's not exclusive to only mega raids. You can get that from the legendary raids too. 50% more XP from raid battles, and 2 times Stardust from raid battles. Those bonuses will be effective from Sunday, March 23rd, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. So yeah, it won't be effective the whole time, but you can at least capitalize on that in between those hours. Timed research. There will be free timed research that gives you 10,000 Stardust and 1,000 additional Stardust for completing a raid battle, for a total of 2,000 Stardust or 3,000 Stardust with the event ticket. That's so funny. And more. There's going to be you're able to buy the Mega Absol Day Ultra Ticket Box for $4.99 on the web store, which includes the event ticket and a bonus premium battle pass at no additional cost. If you're going to buy any tickets, I recommend buying them on the web store because they usually like to throw in a pass here and there.
And that's basically what they're saying. Okay, so I was actually, you were talking about the event and everything. Yeah. I didn't see that we had another raid day for it. I don't know why I have over 2,000 mega energy for it.
It's just a fun one. It could be worse.
I guess I did rate it a bit more throughout the time, and I believe it was
especially after that Shundo.
Once I got the Shundo, it kind of just like didn't make sense to rate them anymore. But at the same time, I already had enough to mega evolve it, power up, extra large candy, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I can't remember if we had one. I feel like we did before. It's not a bad Pokemon. I mean, it's not the greatest either. So it's one of those days where I'm like, I'm just probably gonna fully skip this event. I really don't have any reason to do it.
I'll do the freebies.
I don't think I'm gonna buy the ticket though. Yeah, I'm not probably gonna buy the ticket. I mean, it really depends. It's one of those moments where I'm just like in between places. So I already have my Shando because I have a Shando. It's already Mega Evolve. It already Buddy. I already have the extra large candy maxed out already, which is not bad. It's just that I feel like if I'm gonna be there, I'm just gonna be there for the free ones and then be done. I was like, I really don't have any reason to do Mega Absol at this point unless he gets like a power boost or something. A lot of people are.
Oh, what?
I'm saying a lot of people are actually more surprised about having the new Charge Attack Brutal Swing as part of his moveset.
They are excited for it.
Yeah. And at least it's not gonna make him like incredibly viable in the meta, but it's something that they're just like
I'm curious how good it's gonna end up being. It kind of feels like they're preparing us for like a psychic type or something that you're gonna need this dark move for. So I'll keep my eyes peeled on that, but yeah, it's a strong attacker, but it's a glass cannon. It's gonna be taken out like butter. It's gonna be sliced in half.
Yeah, it's just nothing that I'm like need to do currently or have to go through and currently and all that. So it's just keeping it at bay and just continue on with my life. It's like I don't really mind about this and things like that. Also, by the way, you do understand that we had Caterpie in the chat earlier today, right?
Are they making it?
No. I'm saying the one that runs the account on Twitter. He was on chat. Yeah. He was in the chat earlier.
That was him?
That was him.
That's so cool.
It is. I mean,
I waved at him.
Yeah, I did say thank you, Mike, for joining us. Unfortunately, here on Streamlabs, for some reason, it doesn't tell me that it's a new like follower or something like that. Also, we just had a raid. Texas awesome. Made 006, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it very, very much. Welcome to the Purified Podcast live recording. And things like that. So it was kind of cool. I feel like I already met the guy once, but I never really interact too much with him.
If they ever add Cowboy Hat Caterpie, I want to know what he's gonna do with his life.
Oh my god! I think at that point he's probably gonna like buy everything.
He'll retire.
What's new? Talking Pokemon GO. It's just our biggest thing. So I do appreciate it.
Same old, nothing new.
Yeah, just another day, another penny. Right. But yeah, it's not too bad in the end of the day when it comes down to things. Like I was continuing to say, Mega Absol, it's already been a Pokemon that has already been out in the game. I know probably a lot of people are still looking for either both the Mega Energy, just because it hasn't been out and about in the last few years, really more frequently than ever. But it's not a super hard Pokemon to keep down or anything like that. Just maybe 2 people, maybe 3 at best, just in case you need some power-ups and everything. But if you need the energy, I would suggest just get the energy and be done. If you really do want to pay for the research, great. Play the event. I mean, nobody's saying no to it. My own experience is like, I'm really don't even care at this point. So.
I think if you have the energy already, it doesn't really look that appealing.
I mean, once you already got the Shando, it's already not going to be... Unless, here's the biggest curveball throw they can throw at me. They put a goddamn special background to it. And at that point, I'm like, all bets are off. So we're going full mode. Do you plan on going GOFest? Yes, we are, or at least I am for sure. Chris is definitely planning.
Set. I'm trying.
Yeah, we're looking into it.
This one, I am like actually trying.
yeah. No, we'll look into it. I'll definitely plan some things, and if you join the network, we'll probably go ahead and get some things done for that. So pretty cool. But yeah, okay. So that's that. I love it. I hate it. I already have it. I don't care. Anyways.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I predict every legendary you
background.
will get a special background eventually. Yeah, that's like the new hunt. This is what we probably talked about a little bit earlier, is that they're making things a little more exclusive, but at the same time, they're making it in a way that, plus, making the money. Thank you, Chris. It's just a forever part of the game, It's like they're just going to add something else that we're going to want to keep in our collection. And then, we almost have about 10,000 Pokemon storage in our inventory soon.
Yeah, and the worst part about the background is they can change the background to pretty much anything.
Yeah, so it's just...
you can have a shiny Rayquaza with like 3 different backgrounds eventually.
Yeah, so. I already got my Honda, so I'm okay with that. I don't need the background ones at that point. It's not that I won't do Mega Rayquazas. I wouldn't be bad to get
I'll do Mega Rayquaza till the end of time. Yeah. It doesn't have to be Mega.
I tell you, with this game, if this game goes for 80 more years, we'll be playing for at least 70 of them. So it's like...
till I die.
I'm a Centurion, but I get this Pikachu with a
There's a Hondo!
I shared a TikTok the other day to the network, and he's just like, "Yo, there's a Pikachu and over here," and then he's like, "I got like 1 billion Pikachu in Pokemon Go." It's like, this has a new hat. Where the motherfucker is?
That's awesome.
Oh man, but it's how it works. Just the game itself has felt different because there's just new things to hunt for and things like that. But at the same time, a lot of people are like, why? I know there are times where I'm just like, its rates, continue doing the thing that it's supposed to be doing. Are the wild spawns better? The shiny releases are slowing down little by little. Literally, we only get 1 new Pokemon per season or something like that. So I could go on about new and negative stuff or things like that, but it's just more like I'm gonna try to see if I can always keep appeal to them. Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi, thank you for joining us in the chat.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they're slowing down the shiny releases just during just because we had the Go Tour and then the GOFest coming up in a few months.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we have so much already in the game. In the end of the day, we have all generations. Now, it's just a matter of when we'll have everything. And by the time we do get to that point, which I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon, because Generation 8 is for some reason in the Shadow Realm or something. By the time we actually get most of the Pokemons that are going to be released for each generation, plus every Go Tour, because I feel like they're going to slow down with Go Tour events too. I think that Generation 10 will be out by that point, and that's when they're going to have more and more stuff added to it, Which, if you guys haven't seen the Pokemon Present reactions, let us know, because, there's one in the network somewhere. But yeah, it's just one of those things to keep in mind. All right, real quick. I know we're running kind of a little bit out of time here. There is one last thing that a lot of people don't really talk about, but it is a Wayfair experience. Take part in the Wayfair challenge in Chile and India to earn amazing rewards. Basically, the challenge works that you will be able to nominate things in that specific location and get specific rewards. How does it work and everything, but I'm actually gonna talk too much about this for 2 reasons. One, go ahead and talk to the Wayspotters podcast, or listen to the Wayspotters podcast. Actually, I believe they have released a brand new episode today as a recording of the podcast, so make sure you check us out. Of course, go to the PokemonProfessorNetwork.com or PokemonProfessor.com to be able to actually check out the Wayspotters. They go deep into all of this, so I would suggest just go ahead and listen to that podcast. It's very, very cool. Shout out to them. Jamal, Chris, not this Chris, but the other Chris. So again, we could go over all this, but I feel like they will have a better explanation on things in the end of the day. All right, get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
I will say for the Wayfarer challenge one, the only thing I want to note just over here is that this event is boosting Kecleon spawns. That's all I want to say. So if you're over there, keep your eye peeled. In Chile and oh my gosh, India? Yeah, Chile and India.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into get wrecked. Sorry, I was so occupied on the Kecleon.
Yeah, you were reading through that. That makes sense. GBL, I actually did a couple of battles at the start of the season just to try it out, but I was also just doing the Willpower Cup,
I enjoy the cups a lot more than Open Great League.
Yeah, everybody's like freaking out where Lapras being meta now, but that's a different story in the end.
Yeah, and not even with the ice move, right? What does it have?
Psy Shock.
Oh yeah,
and Sparking on Arya. Interesting. But yeah, so in the end of the day, I believe that's something that we'll get into some eventually, so it's not too bad in the end of the day. I'll probably do a couple extra battles here and there. I've just been enjoying GBL a little bit more, but just because things are there anyways. There is a regional happening as the recording of today. Actually, right before we started our recording, the Play Pokemon event just tweeted about an hour ago a brand new regional champion in Vancouver. Rise to Occasion wins it all.
Big surprise. Nah, he's awesome.
Actually, I haven't seen his name too much around. I mean, he's been around regionals and things like that. I think he was in the internationals for Europe, but I mean, getting a finalist win, or not a finalist, but the grand win on a regional is always a great. I think they allowed him to have enough points to be able to participate in Worlds now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, good on him for always trying. He is a top competitor. I'm not surprised.
Looks like his team, succeeding. If I can see this correctly from the matchups, he had Dugong, Shadow Drapion, Shadow Steelix. What's the evolution of Shellas?
Gastrodon?
Gastrodon, yes. Golisopod and Shadow Jumpluff in his team. And he just finished up the battle with a Shadow Steelix literally munching down into the opponent's Pokemon with one sliver of health left in the final battle. Whew. That is
thick.
That is crazy. I mean, when it comes to being this close to either winning or losing, is such a thrilling experience for sure. But it's just one of those things that you're like, Congratulations to Rise of Occasion. I think we have actually mentioned him to winning a few times in the last few months. So there's that. Congratulations to all participants, really. Top 8 and everything, because I think it was Dona's actual, something like that, from the losers bracket that actually, was against them. And Rise of Occasion was able to get it as a 2-0 after the final reset. So that's pretty cool in the end of the day. All right. I believe that's it. I think we have covered everything. Anything else that you may think that we have?
That sounds like everything.
Cool. Well, make sure you check us out in any of our podcast services feeds, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, all those places. We would greatly appreciate it. If you can leave us a review, amazing. If you even download the podcast, that's all I really need you guys to do. Thank you so much. Email us anything to the purifiedpodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on socials, Twitter, X, however you call it, Purified Podcast, Pure Light Go, Pokemon Trigger, please. At this point, you guys know how I spell it. And then, of course, don't forget to join our Patreon exclusive Discord for $1 a month. Go ahead and go to patreon.com/PokemonProfessor to be able to get all the shenanigans that the network has. And we have so many cool shenanigans. So, with that being said, Chris, take us away for the night.
All right. Thank you guys for coming on down to Purified Podcast Town. We very much appreciate you guys for listening, downloading, and just spending time with us. Always. So, we'll catch you guys next week, where hopefully we got even more news for you, which sounds pretty crazy since we just talked about GOFest this episode. So, yeah. Have a good one, guys. See ya then. Peace.
Keep purifying them, everybody, and we'll see you guys in the next one.